Assalamu alaikum. Peace be unto you. Shalom. Hotep. Assalamu Allah. Peace to the gods. Peace to the goddesses. I'm your brother in the struggle for peace, truth, reality, freedom, justice, and equality. Brother Minister Alif Allah. Beloved, the day I would like to share with you from the messenger's message in this age of mess, a review on what did the Honorable Elijah Muhammad consider to be a hypocrite. The reason I say that is because that term is being thrown around loosely in this day and time. A lot of people think that people are hypocrites because they have an opposing view or they have an opposing belief. That don't make you a hypocrite, family. I mean, just because somebody don't agree with you on something don't mean that they're a hypocrite. I mean, like, if you was to take and look at the various branches of the Nation of Islam, and if you was to look at any of the individual branches of the Nation of Islam, and you was to do a dissertation between brothers and sisters or true, sincere believers on how to live, the mother plane, the histories, what have you, you'll see that there are different beliefs, different opinions. We all have different levels of knowledge, wisdom, understanding, even experience. Now, I mean, so just because someone can read and write real good does not mean that they get an A in comprehension. And just because somebody can't read or write that good don't mean they can't get an A in comprehension. So you got some people, some students that can write with beautiful penmanship. They could do real good spelling, and you'd be like, oh, you wrote that, you'd be like, you read that paragraph so beautiful. Now tell me, the paragraph you just read, what does it mean? And you'll see they have no idea. They can't comprehend, even though they can write it, even though they can read. Now, I mean, doesn't mean that they get an A in comprehension. Not in any school, secular nor spiritual. So when it comes to the teachers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, one of the things we want to do when it comes to understanding hypocrisy is, what is the messenger's message on hypocrisy? Not mine, not my belief, not your opinion. What is that the messenger teaches us about a hypocrite? He gave us two major lessons. I mean, we're going to get into that. Now, I mean, I want to just open up by just quoting something from page number 262 of Message to the Black Man in America. The messenger says, a hypocrite is one who first says he believes in Islam and then disbelieves and seeks to oppose the messenger and those who believe in him and his God. That's an important definition, family, because here the messenger is giving us the three elements of a hypocrite. He or she believes, and then they disbelieves, and then they work in opposition to the true believers. They oppose the messenger. They oppose the FOIs. They oppose the MGTs. They oppose the teachings of Elijah Muhammad. That's different from someone who may have been deceived, for example. Like, say you had a brother or sister, they got their ex in 1974 in November. And they only been in the Nation of Islam for 3 or 4 months. They don't know that much. They don't understand. They sincere. All they know is they joined the Nation of Islam in November. They got their ex. And a couple of months later, at February 26th, Savior's Day, the messenger's son took over. They'd be like, I ain't been a believer for over 6 months. And for me being in the audience, I'm doing my duty as a new believer. I sell Muhammad Speaks. I donate to charity. I go to FY class. I go to temple services. I love the MGTs. I support the nation. I'm reading Message of the Black Man. I stopped eating pork, and I put the cigarettes down, and I don't run the streets no more. I'm trying to get disciplined, and I love this. But within a 6-month period, the leadership came in and said, "Oh, we no longer believe that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. We no longer believe or teach that Master Fard Muhammad is Allah in person." They became Bilalians. That believer that becomes a believer is not a hypocrite because he did not believe and then disbelieve and then work in opposition to the messenger and the believers. He or she was a sincere believer that thought they was doing the right thing. They like, what? My lieutenant became Sunni. My captain became Orthodox Muslims. My minister was saying we was Bilalians. I was like, I thought we were supposed to be Asiatics and, but they changed it up and, they start saying that Master Muhammad just was a master teacher. He wasn't God in person. So I'm like, hey, they know better than me. I'm not a scholar in this thing. I didn't get a chance to soldier with Master Muhammad in the 30s or the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And I wasn't on the level of the ministers and the captains and the secretaries. So that person who was deceived, they are sincere. They just sincerely wrong. That's not their fault. They can't be blamed and charged with being a hypocrite because they believed and they disbelieved. They believed and became disbelievers as everybody became disbelievers. 99.99% of the nation of Islam rejected Allah and his messenger. So it's like no big eyes and little U's in this thing. You know what I mean? So you can't be looking at them like, oh, you's a hypocrite, this, that. They be like, nah, they be like, I definitely respected the messenger, love the teachings, love Master Muhammad, love the believers. I had felt good getting knowledge of self. But if someone in leadership comes in and misguides me, if they use tricknology, if they deceive me, even if they themselves were deceived, it's like, I'm just a sheep following the shepherd. I mean, now if the shepherd led me astray, it's like, shame on you, shepherd. You know what I mean? So the messenger thing is a hypocrite is one who first says he believes in Islam and then disbelieves and seeks to oppose the messenger and those who believe in him and his God. So those are the three elements. The hypocrite first had to be a believer. You can't be a hypocrite if you never believe. They'd be like, I'm Sunni. I don't believe Allah came to person Master Muhammad. I'm Christian. I don't believe Elijah Muhammad is the messenger of God. You're not a hypocrite. You're a disbeliever. I get it. Like, why would you believe? You don't even know or understand it. You forced faith is no faith. There's no compulsion in Islam. We can't force you to believe as we believe. This is America. You got the right to believe or disbelieve whatever you want in the United States of America. That's your First Amendment right. I mean, it would be insulting for me to judge you because you don't believe as I. Everybody got their own worldview. Amongst my own brothers and sisters, we don't all agree on everything. So that don't make someone a hypocrite because they don't agree with everything that you believe in. You see? Your belief is just that. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us in 1974 in Al Sayers Arab that a person can believe that there's an airplane outside on the doorstep. But once you open the door and look, now you know there's no airplane out there on that doorstep. Belief transforms into knowledge through the experience. But once you get that knowledge, you then can get the wisdom. And once you get the wisdom, then you get the understanding. So the Bible teaches us what? Get knowledge and get wisdom, but with all of your getting, get understanding. Because understanding is the principal thing. Let's get into this. At this juncture, let's look at the Bible's definition of a hypocrite. And then we're going to look at the Holy Quran's definition of a holy hypocrite. Okay. The Bible's definition of a hypocrite, and I'm just summarizing it for convenience sake, meaning the word hypocrite in the Greek language is HYPOCRITES, which literally means an actor, a pretender, or stage player. It refers to someone who puts on an outward show of righteousness, but is inwardly corrupt. You gotta be careful with those brothers and sisters that act like they holier than thou. I mean, they act like they vegans and they eat one meal every other day and they pray all day and they're so righteous. They the ones you gotta watch, family. All right. The key characteristics. Number one, outward religion. Inward, total corruption. They love, like, they have the cocoa butter complexion, the bow ties, the garbs. They just look so holy, so perfect, just too good to be true. Usually it is. But that is their vanity, okay? The scriptures teaches us, woe unto you scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye are likened unto whitened sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones. Matthew chapter 23, verse number 27. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad warns us in Al Sayyid Sarah, you should not claim to be holier than thou unless you're really holy. See, the messenger himself didn't claim to be holier than thou. So you got to be careful of that stuff. So I don't even mess with them, with spooky people pretending to be all holy and perfect. I'm like, man, y'all go soldier over there. I ain't got the time for the bull craps, honestly speaking. All right, second, lip service without heart. This is the scriptures. This people honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. Mark chapter 7, verse 6. You got a lot of FOIs and a lot of MGTs. They be like, oh, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad this and the Honorable, but they cherry pick the messenger teachings. Like, they don't follow the messenger teachings. If they follow the messenger teachings, that means they got to be humble and submissive. They got to obey authorities. It's just a whole bunch of stuff that go with it. They be like, oh, I ain't working with none of the messenger teachers on that side. I'm just working with the messenger teachers on this side. That's how the Christians do the Bible. I mean, the part in the Bible where it talk about if you fornicate or commit adultery, you got to be stoned to death. If you eat some shrimp, you got to be stoned to death. Eat some crabs, you eat some pork, you got to be stoned. They be like, that's for back then. We intentionally, our common sense tell us that 18th century, that Bronze Age nonsense that's in the scriptures, we totally ignore that part. I mean, but we're going to cherry pick and use the other parts to shore up our position and our arguments and our claims. That's what they literally do. All right. Number 3, judging others while guilty themselves. The scripture says, first cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's or sister's eye. That's in Matthew chapter 7, verse 5. They quick to judge. They be like, you violated restricted law number such and such. but they violated like 5 other restricted laws. They'll focus on your one violation, but they ignore their own 5 violations. You see? That's the reality of it. Hypocrites. Number 4, religious show for people is not for God in person. Praying, fasting, or giving charity to be seen of people. That's in Matthew chapter 6, verses 1 through 5. So you got a lot of people, they be like, they go to Jumu'ah, they come to Jumu'ah with their bow tie, they come in and step with their right foot on a prayer rug first. Now, I mean, you know, they get up early in the morning and make their prayers, their supererogatory prayers. They make fajr. You see them washing their hands and their ears, and you know, they do perfect wudu and gusha and istinja. You know, they you know, all of the outward stuff that you be like, damn, this is a real FOI. This is a crack MGT. I mean, because they're on the physical dimension. But on the will, on as far as God, the God thought, far from it, family. I mean, they faking the funk. I mean, don't let them brothers and sisters fake you out with that. I mean, see, they can't fake me out because one thing, I've been a minister for 40 years. I done seen it all and heard it all, and I'm sure there's some more to learn. But I done seen brothers do all kind of crap. I done seen sisters do all kind of crap. So they can't fake me out with the crap. I mean, but they might be able to fake you out with it, you know. But, you know, it's like the scriptures teaches us the soul is willing, but the flesh is weak. The soul is willing, but the flesh is weak. A lot of people don't get that. Now, keep in mind, 24 scientists wrote these scriptures. The Holy Quran, the Bible, is made by the original people who is Allah, the supreme being, a black man and woman of Asia. But people try to make the scriptures something spooky. Now, I mean, so the scientists told us, like, yo, listen, the soul is willing, but the flesh is weak. The hypocrites try to trick you and make you think that their flesh is strong. They don't drink. They don't smoke cigarettes. They don't smoke blunts. They don't snort. They don't, you know what I mean? They don't inject. They don't, you know what I mean? None. They don't have sex. They, you know, they don't watch R-rated movies. They don't listen to negative music. They don't eat more than once a day. They don't eat junk food. They don't stop at the fast food drive-through. They just have you thinking that they these perfect people. Don't you believe it? I definitely don't believe it. But don't you believe it? I mean, I don't care how cute that sister look. I don't care how cracked that brother look. Believe me, when they faking the funk, let's look at this. In short, the Bible teaches us that a hypocrite in the Bible is basically a pretender, someone who acts religious outwardly but has no true righteousness inwardly. See, God is like this. When I say God, don't ever think, you'll hear me talk about Allah, God, the Lord, whatever. I'm never talking about a mystery God. Anytime I'm talking about a God greater than myself, I'm talking about Master Fard Muhammad, to all praises due forever. I'm talking about the 24 scientists. I'm talking about the first, last, and only messenger, the Most High Elijah Muhammad. I'm talking about his ministers that teach the raw teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. But I'm never, ever, ever under any circumstances talking about a mystery God. Ever. Like, don't even get that twisted. When I was a absolute mentally dead, I tried that mystery God. I did not believe in a mystery God. My mother, thoughts of peace be upon her, she's no longer physically here. She, in no shape, form, or fashion was she some magical, holier than thou, pretending to be type person. Not Mama Rosa. My mom was Rosa Parks. Not the one that got on the bus, but the one that was in North Philadelphia. I mean, she never, ever, 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 ever taught us about a mystery God. Ever. When I asked her about God, she told me God was my uncle. I was like, my uncle? Which uncle? She's like, your Uncle Bunny. And I was confused. She was like, he's the only one that ever did something for you. Meaning my other uncles ain't put no food on the table. They ain't paid the electric bill. They ain't paid the phone bill. They ain't paid the rent, the mortgage, car notes. My mom's mentality, you know, that was instilled in me as a baby. Like, yo, I tried. I never prayed to Allah because I ain't know nothing about Allah. I prayed to Jesus. I prayed to that mystery God, and it didn't work. And I was like, man, for me personally, I was like, the only God I know is this money. I was focused on that, trying to make a dollar, trying to put food, clothing, and shelter, buy my sister some clothes, pay the bills. I was like hard working, 3 jobs. I worked at 12th and Negro grocery store. I'm talking like the age of like 14. I'm working at a grocery store. I'm working at 13th and Parkside Avenue for an FOI, Yaya, Johnny Bird, and a Jehovah's Witness, Miss Lena. I'm working at their stores. I'm the manager of their stores when I'm like only 14 years old. And I'm also working for a white guy across the street from my house at 5853 North 12th Street at 12th and Negro. I'm working across the street at the laundromat. I got the keys to the laundromat. I'm working for my sister's godmother, and I'm basically, Miss Wesley, I'm basically cleaning the wash machines, the soap that be in it. I'm taking all the trash in the back. I'm cleaning the dryers, the dust out, and I'm mopping the floors and wiping off the tables and all that kind of stuff. That was my job when I'm 14 years old at 12th and Negro at the laundromat. And I had actually a 4th job. She would take me, that was part-time, but she would take me once a week all the way to the white people's side down 5th and Lindley to the 2nd laundromat, and I had to do the same stuff down there. All right. So that's the psychological upbringing that I actually had. I mean, you know, so you know, it's like the bad side is I wasn't making a bunch of money. The good side is I was learning a lot about business, and I had the keys to 4 businesses. Like, so for me, the good thing was my mom didn't need like as far as food and like dishwashing liquid, laundry. I could just take the key and just get whatever we need free. I mean, the inventory, I'm stocking the shelves, all that kind of stuff like that. Now, I mean, so I had carte blanche. Yaya thing was like, man, you do whatever you want. You know what I mean? Just make sure you keep that store clean and you keep that store running. You know what I mean? And I literally ran him a $1 million business, not just the stores. Down 13th from Parkside, on the sidewalk, we had a old van that we literally, I physically took the saw and cut the square and cut the metal off, and we put a window in there and put the propane tanks on the back and chained them up and put deep fryers in there, and we had a seafood shack across the street from the store. Like with my own bare hands, when I'm like 15, I'm sawing the wood, making 2 bins that hold potatoes and onions, so that when people come, they could get fresh raw vegetables also, not just the canned stuff and whatever. Now, I mean, you know, we sold Muslim bean pies, Muslim back then duck apple juice, Muslim hot chips, Muslim chocolate covered pretzels and things, Muslim Muhammad Ali champ chocolate chip cookies. I mean, the 3 cookies and taste delicious. You know, but that's how we was doing that kind of stuff. But it was no mystery God. Now, I mean, so my boss was a non-practicing former member of the Nation of Islam, Yahya. That's my old head. Now, I mean, his son, Johnny Bird Jr., you had Big Johnny Bird Sr. that ran the store, but his son was like my little brother. I mean, when I fell, his little brother stepped up and he literally was like that boy down Broad Alley as far as getting money. I'm talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, I mean, you know, unfortunately, he got killed. You know, unfortunately, his father got killed, you know, but things happen in the hood. See what I'm saying? But one thing with Yahya was he never even hinted to be something spooky. Like he kept it so real with me. I think it was too real. I mean, it was too real for a 14-year-old. But he used to take me with him. He like, listen, you know, I was born with the name Isha. He's like, Ish, come on with me. You know what I mean? I get in the Lincoln Continental. This was like the car back in like 1980, 81. You know what I mean? And, you know, he go get that money. He was making it happen. He used to give me the brown canvas bag with the key and be like, yo, you go down to the bank and you open up the safety deposit box. You put the receipts inside the bag, you know, the deposit slip. You zip up the bag, you lock the bag, you drop it in the drawer, and it goes into the bank account. You know, I remember when he created his own coins. Like back in the day, people don't realize, according to the Constitution of the United States of America, he understood it. You can make your own coins. So he had plastic coins, different colors. Like, I don't remember the colors, but it might be like green is a 25-cent coin. Blue would be like 10 cents. White might be 5 cents. I mean, and it'll say on there, his name was Johnny. It was J&B Variety. I mean, that was the name of the variety store. Him and his wife, you know, Miss Lena, she was a Jehovah's Witness, but it was like J&B Variety Store, and it had a value in the middle. It might say 5 cents, 10 cents, 25 cents, 50 cents, what have you. You know what I mean? So when people come to the store and buy something, instead of giving them cash change, we give them these plastic coins, meaning they can only redeem the value of that change by coming back to the store and spending more money with us. I mean, that's psychologically the business model of how Yahya and his capitalism, imperialism was working as far as I was concerned as a kid. Now, I mean, I'm not saying, you know, he was some holy. He extremely never pretended to be holier than thou. Never. Love him to death. Now, he was like a father for me. Now, I mean, but, you know, that's how we mathematically was moving. All right, let's look at the Quran's definition of a hypocrite. Munafiq. All right. Basically, I'm speaking English, but and the basic meaning of the Arabic word munafiq comes from nafiq, which basically means to split or to have two faces. It refers to someone who professes Islam outwardly but conceals disbelief or corruption inwardly. The key characteristics of this is, 1, the double-faced belief. The Quran teaches us, listen up, and of the people are some who say, quote, we believe in the law and the last day, but they are not believers. Holy Quran, Surah 2, Ayat 8, or chapter 2, verse 8. Second, deception and mockery. The Holy Quran says, they think to deceive Allah and those who believe, but they deceive not except themselves. Holy Quran, chapter 2, ayat or verse number 9. Number 3, indecisiveness. Indecisiveness, the Quran says, they say, quote, they sway between this and that, belonging neither to these, meaning the believers, nor to those, meaning the disbelievers. See, in the Bible, Jesus explained to us, he warned us like, yo, beware those that's neither hot nor cold, the fence sitter. I mean, like, you know, they want to be lukewarm. You know what I mean? He said, you get somebody a glass of lukewarm, they're going to spit it out. You give them some hot coffee in the winter, they're like, cool. You give them some ice cold tea in the summer, they be like, thanks. But you give them some lukewarm, they like, oh, you neither this nor that. I mean, indecisive. So the Quran teaches us, they sway between this and that, belonging neither to these, meaning the believers, nor to those, meaning the disbelievers. Holy Quran, chapter 4, ayat or verse 143. Number 4, the 3 signs of hypocrisy. This is according to Hadith. I'm not a Hadith person. I'm just throwing this in here because I know a lot of y'all out there are Hadith people. History is not a science, but this serves its purpose. All right. This is Sahih al-Bukhari as well as Muslim. When he speaks, he lies. When he makes a promise, he breaks it. When entrusted, he betrays. Number 5, the worst place in hell. The Quran teaches us in chapter 4, ayat or verse 145, quote, surely the hypocrites will be in the lowest depths of the fire. So that's the Bible's as well as the Quran's basic definition of a hypocrite. All right. Let's look at the aspect of the Bible and Quran on a hypocrite. Let's get into this. I want to recap for clarity the word meaning. So the Bible teaches in the Greek basically that a hypocrite is a HYPOCRITES, basically meaning an actor or pretender or like a stage player. The Quran teaches the same thing, just in a different way. The Quranic Arabic word for a hypocrite is a munafiq, and it basically means double face or split between belief and disbelief. Let's look at the core idea. Pretending to be righteous while inwardly corrupt, according to the Bible. According to the Quran, claiming faith outwardly while concealing disbelief and betrayal. Let's look at some key verses. The key verses in the Bible is Mark chapter 7, verse 6, which warns they honor with lips, but their hearts are far away. Matthew chapter 6, verses 1 through 5 teaches us they pray, they give, they fast, but only to be seen by other people. The Quran teaches in chapter 2, verses 8 through 9, they say, quote, we believe, but do not believe. The Quran teaches chapter 4, verse 143, that they sway between believers and disbelievers. The Quran also teaches chapter 4, verse 145, that the hypocrites are in the lowest depths of hellfire. Let's look at the main traits. According to the Bible, the main traits of a hypocrite is outward religion, No interface. See, outwardly, they be like, they just got the crack FOI uniform, crack MGT uniform, crack bow tie, crack, they don't have a bump on their face, they glowing, crack crisp white shirt, the bow tie, the shoes shine, they just look so impeccable. MGT just looks so perfect. Don't you go for that technology. That's the outward religion. No inner faith. They be like, why are they doing that? Listen to them. Because they trying to get some money. They trying to rob you. They really 10%ers. They really the rich slave makers of the poor. They really there be like, man, I do not believe this nonsense in any shape, form, or fashion. I'm only here because these gullible people will buy my book. They'll buy my products. I mean, they will give me their money. They 10%. They rich. They slave makers of the poor. So the angels is like just looking and observing, acting like we don't see it. But believe me, we're going to drag them Negroes to the lowest depth of hellfire. All right? So the main traits: lip service without sincerity, quick to judge others while guilty themselves. Think that over. They do good deeds, but only for show. Now let's look at it, these main traits in the Holy Quran. The Holy Quran explains that they claim Islam, but secretly disbelieve. They deceive believers and mock faith. They lie, they break promises, they betray their trust, according to the Hadiths. Neither with believers nor with the disbelievers. When they with you, they be like, oh, praises due to Allah for the Muhammad, alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar. They get around the white folks, they act like they don't know nothing about the nation of Islam. They don't know the master, they don't know the messenger, they don't know no minister. They be like, you will not hear these Negroes publicly teaching the teachings of Muhammad. You'll hear them talking about selling you something. You will not hear them teaching Yaqub's history. You will not hear them teaching the mother plane. You will not hear them teaching about Master Muhammad, how to live, the fall of America, the white man's the devil, the black man is God. They teach everything except that. But they got this thing. You be like, yo, 90% of the stuff that come out your mouth is some conspiracy theory government stuff, or you want us to send you some money. You're not teaching the teachings of Elijah Muhammad. Okay. Condemnation. In the Bible, they're called whitewashed tombs, as well as blind guides. That's by Jesus himself in Matthew chapter 23. All right. In the Quran, they're declared the worst of the fire, according to the Holy Quran, chapter 4, verse 145. Now, the spiritual danger of this technology is this. It leads to false religion and or self-righteousness. In the Quran, it leads to betrayal from within and destruction of faith in the community. In conclusion, the summary is this. The Bible teaches that a hypocrite is basically a pretender, performs religion outwardly, but lacks true heart devotion. In the Quran, the hypocrite is basically the deceiver, outwardly Muslim, inwardly rejecting and plotting against faith. The bottom line of the Bible condemns hypocrisy as pretending righteousness for human approval. In the Quran, it condemns hypocrisy as concealing disbelief and betraying the true believers. Both agree that hypocrisy is the most dangerous state of the soul. Master Muhammad said there's 7 dimensions to your mind: the physical, the emotional, the mental, the spiritual, the soul, the self, and the will. Inwardly, these hypocrites deceive only themselves. Messenger Elijah Muhammad teaches us that our lessons are our blessings. Let's now turn our attentions to our lessons by Messenger Elijah Muhammad regarding these hypocrites. I would like to quote very briefly the 34 signs of a hypocrite. This don't mean that you're a hypocrite. See, I'm not self-righteous. I don't pretend to be holier than thou. I pretend to be just the opposite, but I'm really more righteous than I act. But I don't want y'all thinking that people you think is holier than thou is holier than thou. They do 1,000,000,000,000 times worse sins than you really do. You be like, oh, I'm a sinner. I ate more than 1 meal a day. I'm not a vegan. I ate a cheeseburger. Astaghfirullah. I smoked a blunt. I took a drink of a beer. It's people that do 1,000,000,000,000 times worse than you. All right? Let's look at the 34 signs of a hypocrite by Messenger Elijah Muhammad. Number 1, a hypocrite is a self-hater. Number 2, a hypocrite cannot look you in the eyes. Number 3, a hypocrite has fear in him. Number 5, a hypocrite loves to keep confusion going on. Number 6, a hypocrite loves to keep other believers fighting amongst themselves. Number 7, a hypocrite loves to keep the believers divided. He uses divide and conquer tactics. Just because the message says he uses divide, don't think it only includes women. He or she uses divide and conquer tactics. Don't get it twisted. Don't get spooky, family. All right. Number 8, a hypocrite is a backbiter. He's always talking behind someone's back. See, that's what hypocrites do, fam. I mean, see, they know you would, like, give them a nice, good, I mean, boom. They know you, boom. So they'll talk behind your back, but when they, Salam alaikum, my brother, my sister, I love you. Yeah, all right. I mean, but you don't let the hypocrite know you know they're a hypocrite. You smile. And you tell them, Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam, salam alaikum, Allah salam. Like the Godfather explained, you keep your friends close, but your enemies closer, family. I mean, don't let them fools think that they fooling you. Not nowadays, not at all. All right. Number 9, a hypocrite will not tell you to your face what he thinks about you. He will tell others, but he won't tell you. A hypocrite loves to slander and speak bad of others. A hypocrite loves to see confusion. A hypocrite winks with his eyes. A Muslim never winks with his eyes. It's a sign of deception. Number 13, a hypocrite is a weak person. He loves to smoke cigarettes, reefers, wine, drugs. If he uses these things as a means of courage, a hypocrite is not a brave person. A hypocrite is a coward. He uses others to stand up for him, but deep down inside, the hypocrite is a coward. See, I used to be around different brothers that used to talk this gangster talk all day long. I mean, because they knew the fruit was going to back them up. But I changed the rules. I took the safety net from under them. I'm like, brothers come to me, yeah, brother, that brother, he disrespect me, this, that, the other, I'm going to do this, that. Oh, whoa. Why is you telling me? Those that say don't do. Those that do don't say. Handle your business. Now you're in a position like, okay, the minister's not down talk. Okay, all right. Now all of a sudden they come to you. Yeah, I thought about what you said, and I was wrong. I'm going to, like, oh yeah, cold coward. I mean, see, a warrior, you can't talk a warrior down. A warrior ain't gonna ask you nothing. He or she is going to handle that business. You see? All right. Number 14, a hypocrite is a coward. He uses others to stand up for him, but deep down inside, the hypocrite is a coward. Number 15, a hypocrite says one thing, but does another. Number 16, a hypocrite loves to argue and dispute. Number 17, a hypocrite will pat you on your back. This is a sign of false friendship. Number 18, a hypocrite uses dissension and causes dissatisfaction to destroy the peace of the brotherhood. Number 19, a hypocrite is very envious and very jealous. Number 20, a hypocrite loves to brag or be praised for what he has done or what he has got. Number 21, a hypocrite thinks he is better than his brothers. Number 22, a hypocrite loves to rebel or is very rebellious. Number 23, a hypocrite does not follow instructions. Number 24, a hypocrite is very disrespectful towards authority. He resists authority. See, that's one sad thing that I noticed when I came out to Belly Beast, that these hypocrites, they real disrespectful towards authority. I fought the FOI and MGTs for that spooky crap. See, the way I came up, it's like, oh, no. You will not be disrespecting authority around us. Is you crazy? You might disrespect authority one time in your life. One time. You'd be like, what you mean? He will never get another chance to disrespect authority around the death angels. I'm like, not disrespect. What? It's like, it was like, I literally had my wife and FOI's like, bro, minister, you guys, you gotta understand, you used to the belly of the beast and this, and I had to literally lower my guard, lower my wings and humble myself. So I'm like, yo, this is social media. You got dudes on the internet that's like, Masfar Muhammad, this cracker, this, and Dawbalaj Muhammad, this, and Minister Farrakhan. It's like, brother, where I come from, we hit you 10, 20. Yeah, real life, real rap. Never, ever will you do that ever again. Not around me, not around the thousands of FOIs that I know. Hell to the nizzo. But I had to literally learn, like, yo, it's a different world. Sad to say, it's like, yo, it's social media. Jokers talk out the side of that neck. It's like, I'm old school. I'm like, yo, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm pulling up at the crib. Like, yo, yeah, it's on that level. But you gotta literally be like, these jokers is going to tell. These jokers is going to be witnesses. So I had to literally learn that. But that was a hard transition for me. It's like, yo, you would not do that in the belly of no shape, form, or fashion. wild to the Nizzo. It's like the Honorable Brother Minister Farrakhan, Salas Muhammad, Jeremiah Shabazz, they could not keep the Death Angels off that behind. Oh no, it's a wrap, family. I mean, all you gotta do, go down the county, go upstate, go to the feds. Now all the cowardness come right out you. The stuff you talk out here, you won't be talking that, and I guarantee you, you would not be talking that in the midst of real men. It just doesn't happen like that. You know what I mean? Sad to say. So, the devil being a universal snooper, like we're on social media, they'll take this video down, so I gotta bite my tongue. I mean, all those things are in the struggle. I get it. I mean, so I want y'all to really think that over. Let's look at number 17. A hypocrite will pat you on your back. This is a sign of false friendship. Number 18. A hypocrite uses dissension and causes dissatisfaction to destroy the peace of the brotherhood. Number 19. A hypocrite is very envious and very jealous. Number 20. A hypocrite loves to brag or be praised for what he has done or what he has got. I know I already said that. I just want to echo it again. Number 21. A hypocrite thinks he is better than his brothers. Number 22. A hypocrite loves to rebel or is very rebellious. Number 23. A hypocrite does not follow instructions. Number 24. A hypocrite is very disrespectful towards authority. He resists authority. Number 25. A hypocrite is very suspicious. He always thinks someone is talking about him or is plotting against him to do him some harm. Number 26. A hypocrite is full of fear. Number 27. A hypocrite worries and grieves. Number 28. A hypocrite seeks others to follow him in his hypocrisy. He preys on the weak believers or those weak in faith. Number 29. The hypocrite uses the righteous for his or her evil ends or desires. Number 30. A hypocrite helps others to oppose or speak against the righteous. Number 31. A hypocrite believes, then he turns around and disbelieves. Number 32. A hypocrite seeks to deceive the righteous with soft, buttered words. Number 33. A hypocrite is dishonest, and he is not to be trusted. Number 34. A hypocrite is like a devil. His evils are not only contained to himself alone, he is made to affect those who listen and follow him. Think that over. Let's now look at the 46 signs of hypocrisy by Messenger Elijah Muhammad. Number 1. A pretender, actor, pretends to believe. Number 2. Loves devils, white race. Number 3. Always says I instead of we or us. Number 4. Has many fears. Number 5. Has selfish motives. Number 6. Hates to share. Number 7. Has many weaknesses. Number 8, loves to show off. Number 9, can't hold eye contact. Number 10, winks with eyes. Number 11, loves to cause dissension. Number 12, fault finder. Number 13, has little faith. Number 14, loves the doing of evil and filth. Number 15, lies a lot. Number 16, jealous and envy of others. Number 17, lip professor. Number 18, backbiter. Number 19, loves to be exalted. Number 20, loves disobeying authority and instructions. Number 21, betrays his trust. Number 22, thinks every cry is against him. Number 23, prides himself on not obeying and being obedient to laws. Number 24, tries to get others to believe as he believes in contrary to right and truth. Number 25, does not submit to authority. Number 26, his rebelliousness takes him out of the sphere of his nature and Islam and being a Muslim. Number 27, doubts everything. Number 28, thinks everyone is a fool except him. Number 29, says that which no Muslim says. Number 30, does that which no Muslim does. Number 31, thinks he's always smarter and wiser than the rest. Number 32, has same nature as devil. Think that over, family. Let's read that again. See, a lot of people don't get that. Let's look at that. The message is all wise right now. Look at this here. Number 32, has same nature as devil. Number 33, prides himself on his worldly gains and knowledge. See, a lot of people think they're successful because they got the white man's money. Oh, I got this, I got that, I got a car, I got a house, I got a business, I got money, I got this. It's like, oh my goodness. Come on. Wake up, black folks. All right. Number 33, again. Prides himself on his worldly gains and knowledge. It's like, do you know your restricted laws? Do you practice the restricted laws? I don't care if you got 100,000, a million, a billion, $1 trillion. What the devil's money got to do with anything? Wake up, black man. All right. Number 34. Very proud. Thinks himself better than those he is asked to obey, follow, or submit to. Number 35. Has same nature as devil. Rebellious. Let's pause there for a moment because I don't want y'all to miss this. The lamb is the lamb. The first, last, and only messenger. He dropped some jewels. But listen, look at this jewels right here. In the 46 Signs of Hypocrisy by Messenger Elijah Muhammad, he teaches us, number 32, quote, has same nature as devil. Then in number 35, he repeats himself. Has same nature as devil, but he added rebellious, meaning he's a rebel. Number 36, coward. Number 37, loves gossip. This is the age of social media. You know our people, they love them some gossip. They put a tablecloth on your back, sprinkle some salt and pepper, take out a knife and fork, and they eat your back out and then smile in your face. It's the reality of this thing. You just got to keep moving, family. Loves gossip. Number 38. Not reliable. Do not think that they're reliable. Number 39. Not dependable. Do not, under any circumstances, think you could trust these moves. Hell to the nisso. I mean, number 40. Can't see truths that are obvious to others to see. Number 41. Has weak will, can't overcome smoking, use of drugs and drinking, etc. Number 42. Rejects faith. Number 43. Speaks evil of believers to the satisfaction of disbelievers. Number 44. Loves to compromise with evil or falsehood. Believe me. The FBI cut them a check, they gonna take that check. They get caught on some of their own dirt, they gonna strike a deal to take you down before they go down. You gotta act like you don't know that they trying to set you up, though. I mean, cornies. It's weak game to strong players, but let's get on with this. All right. Number 44. Loves to compromise with evil or falsehood. Number 45. Pats you on the back. Sign of false friendship. Number 46. Very proud of speech, cursing, etc. This is the messenger's message. Back then to this very day and time that we live in. See, when you know your lessons or your blessings, see that trick knowledge they come with, it's like weak game, but you're so conscious that you literally be like, let me act like I believe this nonsense. I mean, see, when they call you on the phone, you got to act like you going for the okie doke. Like, yeah. Like, police, like, your game is weak because you're dealing with scientists in Islam, but you want these demons, these jinn, these black devils, let them think that you're stupid. See, your strength is in their underestimation and their doubt. See, when they thinking you're going to fall and you're going to get weaker, you're getting stronger, wiser, richer. Let them go ahead and just do that thing. All you got to do is wash your hands of them. Like, and what happens? The very molecular atoms of our universe, covering 230 continuous 640 quadrillion miles, will literally go into that subconsciousness, that consciousness. It will actually attack their atomic structure. You'll be like, you know, brother, so-and-so had a stroke. So-and-so had a heart attack. So-and-so went bankrupt. So-and-so lost his house. So-and-so got killed. So-and-so killed himself. You be like, yo, I mean, it ain't nothing spooky. The struggle continues. Assalamu alaikum. Peace to the gods. Peace to the goddesses.